Just because something says that it's alcohol-free doesn't mean it actually is. Look, I actually really love this brand when it's properly taken care of, but the problem with alcohol-free wine is that if you improperly take care of any of these products, you could accidentally be serving someone alcohol. So for example, if this bottle gets too hot, if it's served too late, it's gonna turn into alcohol. Now, as a consumer, I did everything right that I was supposed to do to make sure that this bottle remains fresh. I even kept it in the fridge for the last little bit right before we wanted to enjoy it. So I know that this process occurred before we picked up our bottles. Now, I'm not here to play the blame game, but I'm here to educate you and let you know what you can do to avoid having something like this happen. So this bottle had the ability to have a date and a lot number on it, but when we looked throughout the whole bottle, we noticed that there wasn't a date anywhere, so that part is on the manufacturer. However, I wasn't there from the moment this bottle was birthed until it got into my hands. It was created, it was transported in distribution, it arrived at the store. I can't guarantee who left it out in the heat, who maybe lost track of time, because there's no time to track anywhere on this bottle. Now, one time when I was working at a kava bar and we had these in stock, because we love them, they're a huge, great seller, but there was one part of our wall where right when the sun would start to set, it would just beam in, and there was this whole row that one day spontaneously combusted. We literally had one of these fly across the room, and it scared the out of us. But upon further analysis, we realized the sun setting through the glass had caused a massive magnification process, and this made all of the wine not only go bad and alcoholize, but it definitely exploded, and then it smelled like a dive bar in a non-alc establishment. Now, I was ordering those products at the time, so I know for a fact that those were fresh bottles. That was not an old situation, that was a temperature situation. But also from experience, I know that we've had some customers who would buy this and then they would take a while to consume it, and then they said that something was off when they had taken a little bit too much time to consume it. So moral of the story is, these aren't necessarily always going to be products that you can either store long term or treat however you want and assume that it's going to be the same chemical makeup. You really got to make sure that you're taking care of your products, your inventory, whether you're a consumer or you are, a purchaser or you are a retailer. You have to make sure you're being responsible about this, because otherwise that alcohol-free label kind of doesn't mean anything anymore. Again, I love this wine and I will not stop necessarily buying it. My husband and I actually absolutely adore this wine and we love it anytime we have a special date night, but it was such a bummer to have to pour this much out and then open our second bottle.